As one of the biggest comedy movies of the 1970s, there are endless Smokey and the Bandit quotes that solidify its legacy. Starring Burt Reynolds and comedy legend Jackie Gleason, the 1977 comedy was a light-hearted and hilarious ride about a fast-driving outlaw driving a trailer full of beer across state lines with a determined sheriff on his tail. The best of the collaborations between Burt Reynolds and director Hal Needham, Smokey and the Bandit is full of great car stunts and catchy songs as well as some of the most memorable lines ever to be heard on film. Though most people might remember the over-the-top and thrilling action scenes the most, these quotes bring back memories of the movie's great comedy. From the iconic Bandit himself to Jackie Gleason's Sheriff Buford T. Justice, quotes from Smokey and the Bandit defy generational barriers and the overall ravages of time to be some of the most well-remembered lines from movie history even if younger viewers might not know where these lines come from. For the good old American life. For the money, the glory, and the fun. Mostly for the money. Bandit, Burt Reynolds. One of the most impressive things about Smokey and the Bandit is how effective and entertaining the movie can be while being so simple. It has a bare-bones plot which pretty much just amounts to one big car chase which works for the kind of movie it is trying to be. When it comes to the main hero's motivations, the movie is once again happy to keep things charmingly simple. As Burt Reynolds' most iconic role, Bandit capitalized on the actor's everyman appeal mixed with movie star charm. The character is a low-key outlaw who often borders on being an anti-hero in the movie while never losing his likability. He asks for no forgiveness for his crimes and he never needs it. The Bandit barely even pretends that he's in it for anything more than the money, and it only serves to make him more relatable to the audience. 19. Well, that's the reason, son. Bandit, Burt Reynolds. Jerry Reed smiling while driving a truck in Smokey and the Bandit. At the beginning of the adventure, the Bandit's partner in crime, Snowman, is a little skeptical about the impossible task before them. While Bandit sees it as a great adventure with good money on the other side, Snowman needs a little more reason to take the risk. In their musical back-and-forth radio manner, the two answer why they'd even try to such a difficult run like the one they'd been tasked with. The sentiment at the heart of the exchange forms part of the chorus of the movie's most famous song, Eastbound and Down, sung by Snowman actor Jerry Reed. These fun-loving rebels are going to do it simply because everyone else says that it can't be done. In the end, the challenge of seeing it done and pulling off this ambitious feat is enough to convince Snowman it is a ride worth taking after all. 18. The God and Germans got nothing to do with it. Buford T. Justice, Jackie Gleason. Jackie Gleason driving a car in Smokey and the Bandit. Sheriff Buford T. Justice is a classic movie buffoon who certainly ridicules many of the southern United States' most backward stereotypes, but he remains somewhat lovable through sheer relatable idiocy. Gleason is a standout member of the Smokey and the Bandit cast with his performance that fully embraces this lawman stupidity. In this hilarious response, Justice hears another police officer use the word Germain, which Justice clearly fails to understand the meaning of and questions why he's even bringing up the Germans. However, he is the kind of loud and boisterous person who remains as ignorant as always because of the fact that his underlings are too intimidated to point out the fact that he is wrong. It makes him a great villain who is constantly making a fool of himself even though he sees himself as the hero.